Once upon a time, long ago, there were two sisters living in a beautiful little cottage. The eldest was named Mangita, and she was a hardworking girl who helped her father in his fruit shop whenever she had the chance. The younger, Lena, loved to play, travel, and spend her time by the river, combing her long hair and showing off her beauty. One day, their father went on a long journey and never returned. Mangita was very sad, but Lena was happy and said to herself she would sweep the floors in the morning, prepare soup for lunch, and hang out the laundry. Lena, however, did nothing but annoy her sister, dirtying the carpets and pouring cold water into the hot soup. Now I can sit by the river all night. From that day on, Mangita began working harder than ever. One day, Lena went out for a walk in the forest, picking unripe fruit and tossing it into the river. At that moment, an old woman approached her and said kindly, "Hello, dear. I'm hungry. Will you give me some fruit?" Lena offered her some strawberries, which tasted awful, but she said proudly, "Take as many as you like. They're the most delicious strawberries in the world." When Mangita passed through the forest, she saw the woman sick and weak. She took her to the hut and cared for her with love. She cried for a long time, while Lena laughed from the window. "Grant me a wish, make my hair the most beautiful in the world. I gave you a chance to do good, but you did nothing but evil." The old woman ate the strawberries and felt sick, but she thanked Lena and left. She ran to the river to see herself and cried, "What is this? My hair has become ugly." But Lena wasn't pleased and said, "Who is this? She smells bad." Mangita replied, "She's sick, and we must help her. I only wish we could go back to our lives in the cottage, but happy." Then the fairy waved her wand again, and the small cottage transformed into a large, beautiful palace. Mangita was amazed and said, "How beautiful. Thank you, fairy." She cooked hot soup and made herbal tea for her, but Lena kept spilling the soup and secretly putting dirt in the tea. "Take these blueberries, and if you ever get sick, eat them and you'll get better quickly." She asked Lena to bring her the berries, but Lena had eaten them all and said, "Maybe the birds ate them." Then she went to Lena and restored her beautiful hair to its former glory. Lena was overjoyed, hugged her sister, and said, "You saved me. I'm so sorry. I'll be a good girl from now on, I promise." The old woman recovered after a few days and said to Mangita, "You're a good girl." The days passed, and Mangita's tasks increased until she fell ill and fell to bed. Lena went out to the river to comb her hair, and there the old woman appeared again and asked, "Where's your sister?" Lena lied, saying she went to work. But the old woman learned the truth and went to see the sick Mangita. Suddenly, the old woman transformed into a beautiful fairy, and Lena was amazed and said, "You are a fairy." But the fairy said, "I tested you when we met in the forest." Then the fairy waved her wand, and Lena's hair turned into tangled ivy. At that moment, the fairy fed Mangita blueberries, and she came to and felt better. The fairy smiled and said, "This palace is your reward for your kindness." But Mangita replied, "I love my sister very much, and I don't want to live alone here." The fairy was impressed by her words and restored the palace to a simple cottage. From then on, Lena understood that true happiness lies in doing good and sharing it with others. The two sisters lived happily ever after. If you like the story, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel to receive all the new stories.